Okay, so this lecture is about inter-VLAN basic configuration. So if you look at the content area, you'll see a topic called inter-VLAN basic configuration. Um, so if you look at the our website, you will see inter-VLAN configuration, right? So we are assuming there's a host A and host B. Host A is in this subnet, and the network address of the subnet is 192.168.20.0. And then we have host B, and host B is in the subnet, whose IP address is 192.168.30.0. Okay. So we know that if A wants to communicate to B, since both of them are in the different subnets, we learned that we need a router. And we also assume that we can only use a single switch. Okay? That means we have to configure VLAN on this switch. So first, let's assign an IP address to A. So we know that we can choose any number between 1 to 254. One is typically is used for gateway IP address. So what we can do is we'll just assign 100. So 192.168. 192.168.20.100. Gateway IP address for this host A is 192.168.20.1. And likewise, let's assign an IP address to host B. We'll choose, again, we'll choose 100. So and gateway IP address is 192.168.30.1. Okay, since we have only one switch, we need to configure VLAN. And we know the VLAN is equal to subnet. So let's, this is for the IDS department. Let's say this is for the marketing. And then this host is, this network, this subnet is for the finance. And so we need to create a VLAN marketing. So what I'm going to do is from port 9 to 15. If you look at the switch, assuming that the switch has 24 ports, and from port 9 through, let's say, 9 through 15, we are, this is VLAN, let's say marketing, but we typically use a number, right? So let's say VLAN 20, but this is really for the marketing. And then I'm going to configure the switch such that port from 16 to 24 will be used for the VLAN finance. But we don't really use a name, so we use a number. So we'll choose VLAN 30. Port 16 through 24. We'll use VLAN 30, which is appliance. Okay, now what we need to connect this host A to this switch. So we can use any number between 9 to 15. So let's use port 9. Let's connect it. Okay, I'll show you this port 9. And then let's connect this host to port 16. So you can connect to any port between 16 and 24. Okay. And finally, we need a router. Right? And this router, router has 2 Ethernet ports. And another Ethernet port. We're assuming that this router has 2 Ethernet ports. The first port is going to be used for basically VLAN 20 for the marketing. Okay, this is like a part of the subnet. So since this host use 192.168.20.1 as a gateway IP address, the IP address of this Ethernet port should be 192.168.20.1. Okay. So first connect this Ethernet port to let's say port 15 of the switch. This is our switch port. And this switch port is port 9. Then IP address of this FA00 is the gateway IP address. So 192.168.20.1. And then, so I'm done with this marketing subnet, VLAN. And then I'm going to connect FA001 of router to, let's say, port 24. So connect this Ethernet port to port 24 of the switch. Okay, and then, okay, let me just add the last thing. I forgot to add port number. Okay. So this means this host is connected to port number 16 of this switch. So basically, this is a topology. Okay, so we're going to build this topology using a Boston essay.